Hello, this is my cooking video. Today we are making a peppercorn pork roast with a side of green beans, roasted red peppers, and shallots, and some garlic. And then mashed potatoes with garlic and oregano and butter. And the beauty of today's meal is it's a combination of pre-frozen things and some fresh things, so it's not too tedious. Now the first thing we're going to do is roast a red pepper. If you've never done this, you're going to love this technique. It's real simple. You just want to have a cooking sheet like that, and you just want to turn your oven on to broil. Now, in my little world, my actual oven doesn't work, just the broiler. So we have a toaster oven for everything else. And you have to have a really good knife. This one I got at a yard sale, I kid you not, for $2, and it's a Santoku. See? So you're just going to take your red pepper. Oh, you need a cutting board, by the way, kids. I like to use the plastic ones, but whatever you want to use. You're going to need some spray, too. And sometimes when you can't find... Oh, there it is. I got a spray. I will not show you the brand name. I'm not endorsing any products. Just spray down the bad boy. And then you just want to take your... Look how big this pepper is. And the trick is to just cut it down the side like this. Okay? So that you cut it in half basically. See, and then you just take the, you pop the top right out, and then you just seed it into the garbage. And you pull out the white ribs. Ain't making ribs. And then just place it face down, like this. See? Okay. And you do it to both sides. The roasted red pepper is a very pronounced flavor and also adds a lot of texture to the meal. But you can be subtle with it. So if you wanted to just save the other half for something else, you could totally do that. I happen to love it, so see, like that. Just gonna pop it into my oven where the broiler's on. And all ovens and broilers are different. When it really starts to smell like roasted red pepper in your kitchen, that's when you're done. So, and you can't really burn it. Okay, now I have this pork roast. This is a simple little pork tenderloin roast that you can find in the meat department of your grocery store. And I'm going to do this on the toaster oven, because remember I told you we're kind of podunk. So I took the toaster oven on to toast. Actually, I'm going to put it on bake. I'm going to take my little pan because I want to make sure to get all the drippings in here once it's cooked. And I'm going to do the spray again. See? Okay, I'm just going to pop this bad boy open. Oh, this one's really nice. Now, this kind that I buy, and see, it's just this big, gross-looking chunk of pork. Comes out tender, phenomenal. And this is peppercorn, just peppercorn. This kind that I buy, though, comes in many different flavors, marinades or whatever. I think I'd probably just prefer if they had it without the marinade and I could make my own, because I always do make my own gravy and such. But, what are you going to do? So there we go, okay? I'm just going to pop that in the oven and set my timer for 40 minutes. Alright? Okay. And now, I'm going to move you down a little bit, because we're going to go to chopping. Some potatoes and onions and garlic. It's always important when you're cooking to have music on in the background. Can you see my chopping board? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a big pot, fill it with water. fun to listen to the water as it pours. Alright, don't need to get that on yet. And then we're going to start the potatoes. Now, when I cook, I like to have a common theme. So this one, we're gonna take the shallots, and we're gonna use them in all three, the shallots and the garlic, and we're gonna use it in all three of the dishes, just to keep it real cohesive. So I'm making this for 4 people. I got 6 potatoes, so I don't know what that is. 1.5 potatoes a person. Generally, the mashed potatoes, a little goes a long way. By the way, what I'm doing over here is not being shady. I'm trying to get this garlic. Oh, that's some massive garlic. We should chop up a bunch and save some for a reserve. Jim, come say hello. This is Jim.
Hello.
He is one of the 4 that will be eating dinner. He's also the genius that decided to get shallots, so thanks to him, we're gonna infuse the shallots into all the dishes tonight.
Shallots.
Yes. He says it's pronounced shallot because his grandfather, who was born in 1902, said shallot.
And grew shallots all his life.
Which I don't understand why, when you were born, determines your ability to pronounce something. But that's Jim for you, kids. Alright, I'm just going to flip this over. I don't feel like washing it. See? It's a little trick I learned in lazy school. I'm just going to rinse these off. Whenever I do the potatoes, I always keep the skin on. There's a lot of nutrients in the skin. And, again, it's a trick from lazy school. Jim, you didn't show them how to open the wine.
Show them how to drink it.
Oh, okay. Now, this dish is, although it's pork, we did a nice red wine. We did a Zinfandel, which was my suggestion. Not a white Zinfandel, don't get confused. We're not at my mom's house. Okay, well, with these potatoes, you see what I'm doing? Probably not, I should probably tell you. Whenever I make mashed potatoes, I do them like into these, I don't know, they're not really cubes. But see, I take the potato and cut it down the middle, and then flip it and cut it down the middle, and then I slice. Just make sure it all gets cooked evenly and you don't have some chunks of potato that aren't cooked and some that are way too mushy. I'm starting to smell the roasted red pepper in the broiler, which is good. But it's just real subtle right now, so just leave them. Now, you notice I'm putting these potatoes into the water, and there's no heat under that water. Unlike with pasta, you don't need to wait until it's boiling to put them in there, okay? A lot of people say you do, but this is going to save you time and energy in the long run. Because what we're going to do after this is get all of our shallots and garlic cut. We're going to save it in reserves. Look, I have these little bowls, and I don't know where I got them. Probably from an ex or something that left them here. But I use them more than anything else in the kitchen. I use them when I make sauces, like a dipping sauce, or I always use them to put my garlic and onions and stuff in before I add them to whatever dish. So I would recommend getting some at the Salvation Army. But wash them first before you use them. Hey, bud. Now I'm going to show you these crazy little potatoes, of which I have 6. Once you dice them all up and such, it's a lot of potatoes. Like, a lot. Like, I'm second guessing right now and going, should I just do 5? But I'm going to do 6. Mashed potatoes are always good in the middle of the night. Cold, when you're real hungry. Like if you had a crazy night of drinking, and you just want to come home and eat something out of the fridge, or if you're a high on. Right, Jim?
They're good fried.
Oh, they're good. Mashed potatoes are good fried?
Pancakes.
What? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so our potatoes are in. I'm just going to give the cutting board here a little, with a dry paper towel, just kind of wipe it down so I don't get like potato dirt on my stuff. But that's how we go. Okay, onto the garlic. Look at these. These are some beautiful cloves, yeah? Ah! Oh, you're there. Okay, great. Some beautiful cloves. Now, if you are not a fan of having to chop the fresh garlic, which, you know, sometimes is real tedious. This is not going to be enough. I really want a lot of garlic. Okay. If you are not a fan of this, go ahead and spend the, you know, $5 or $6 for a huge bottle of the already minced garlic. Just whenever you see a recipe or something that requires garlic, just make sure you put in like twice the amount, because that stuff that's already cut up loses a lot of its flavor in sitting there or something. I'm not a scientist. I don't know why it does, but it does. Also, we're a big fan of the dried minced garlic around here, which you can find in your seasonings aisle at your grocery store, and that works wonders. You just have to make sure you cook it long because it's real dried up. And, sorry, I can't do two things at once. If you know, saute it for a little bit with some butter or water, any kind of liquid, it'll plump up like regular garlic. Tonight, though, I want to use fresh garlic. And whatever music you listen to during your cooking, that's up to you. And sometimes if you talk to yourself like there's a video on, but there isn't really, that's okay too. See how nice this garlic is? Goodbye, Jim. It's a very good idea to serve your guests that are coming over for dinner, to serve them the wine or liquor before they eat, just in case your recipe didn't work out. It tastes like crap. If they drink enough, they won't know. Fran, come in. Now you get to meet Fran. Well done. Fran, say hello.
Hello.
That's Fran. All right. Back to the garlic. Uh-oh. Okay.
Can you edit?
Maybe. I don't know. It's a movie maker, probably. Why, you want me to edit you out? Jim already gave us a history lesson on shallots.
Oh, he did? He pronounced it right?
No, he said shallots. That was his history lesson. With these ones, I gotta always get the little butt off of them because it's real crunchy and it doesn't like cook down and it's gross. So I'm just doing that, just getting the butt off. It's just the very end, the little nipple of it. Ah, this one. Yeah, there it is. See that? Lovely. So, okay. I'm just going to do like a rough chop while they're still in big pieces, and then I'll just kind of do a hardcore chop. And what I'm going to do, I don't need these in any of the dishes yet. We can't do the gravy until we get the drippings from the pork. And it's really a quick gravy. I think any gravy is really quick. But the thing that makes it is the dripping from the pork. The nice thing about the gravy, too, is once you learn like a technique for making a gravy, you can really just change the recipe up no matter, you know, for whatever meal. If you're not a pork eater, you know, this recipe would be really good on pretty much anything. I'm not a big believer in red wine having to go with red meat and white wine going with white meat and lighter stuff. So I